everyone, thanks for joining me today. My name is Miss Olivia and we are going to be looking at some more fun fall sensory activities. All of the activities that we are going to enjoy today can be found with materials possibly already in your kitchen or your closets or from a quick trip to the grocery store or dollar store. Sensory activities are a great way for kids, including babies, toddlers, preschool aged, all the way up to grown-ups to explore and interact with the world around them using their senses. Sensory activities help develop fine motor skills and encourage scientific thinking, such as asking questions like, why does this look this way? Why does this feel this way? Very important stuff. Before we begin with all of the fun activities, I do want to recommend perhaps setting up a tarp or a towel or a tablecloth in the area where you will be working. This aids in the cleanup process exponentially. While mess is always a expected and fun part of the process, I do want to encourage you to set it up in such a fashion that makes cleanup easier. Our first activity of today is a fall sensory bin. For our base, I used unpopped popcorn kernels, and I threw in some other fun fall things that we will discuss in just a moment. However, I did want to note that this type of play using the popcorn kernels encourages children to manipulate and explore the materials, which builds up their fine motor skills and especially their hand-eye coordination. This type of sensory play uses all five senses, with tactile being the most used. Toddlers and children process information through their senses, which makes these types of experiences incredibly meaningful and significant. So, back to what we are doing right here, right now. I use plastic tubs for our sensory bin. You can of course use beach buckets, other types of Tupperwares. However, I do recommend using the non-breakable variety, just in case any accidents or spills are to take place. You can add, as you can see here, I've added some little scooping cups, some play tractors and trucks, I've added some pine cones, some leaves. You can throw in pom-poms. Thanksgiving's right around the corner. You could even throw in some play food. However, totally self-guided. So whatever you have fun with, be sure to throw it on in there. You could also use spoons and even our cups to scoop for that scoop and transfer skills. As we've said before, absolutely no right or wrong way, so long as we are having fun and learning and being safe. So here is our first sensory bin of the day. We are now going to move on to our first sensory art project of the day, and this one is one of my favorites. So I have here one piece of paper. This is cardstock, but you can use construction paper, regular printer paper, whatever you have on hand. And I squirted a few different colors into our bowl here. And instead of using a paintbrush, I'm going to use some feathers. So there are a few different ways that one can paint with feathers. You can directly press the feather into the paint, like so, and then press it right down on the paper. Or you can, and this one is my personal favorite, dip the feather in the paint and use it as a brush and make your very own masterpiece that way. It's a great way to open up discussion with kids and ask them questions like, how do the lines change when you use a different feather? What other things can you use as a brush? If you're using a feather as a paintbrush, how else can you create? So here is painting with feathers. And now for our very last sensory art project of the day. This is another personal favorite of mine, and it is tinfoil painting with Q-tips. So this type of sensory activity is great because the surface that we're using, in this case the tinfoil, is slippery and reflective. It helps kids and young ones explore the different types of results from color mixing, and it is of course very easy to explore with different paintbrushes. Like I said, in this case we are using Q-tips, but you can use whatever you want. My goodness, we just painted with feathers. So I'm using my paint from before. I'll mix them together with my Q-tip and make my own little design. My beautiful heart for right now. You can of course paint whatever you'd like, however you'd like. And one of my favorite things about this activity is that you can leave your masterpiece on the foil if you'd like, and it will dry there in a couple hours. But you can also take a paper and press it flat against the foil, apply some pressure, and you have your masterpiece on paper as well. I hope you enjoyed watching some of these sensory activities today. Hopefully you will be able to recreate some of those in your own homes. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you real soon. Bye!